Hey everyone, it's Will, GamerDad, with another video for you. So similar to my last video, this is the 3 times boss battle with Undine, the water spirit. And the reason for fighting it is to get the drops which you'll need to upgrade the water spirit katana to +10. And each battle does get progressively harder. Now the boss battle always starts the same way, which is a mega Aoe water, and there's unavoidable damage there. So first turn you will need Mariel to heal with Pure Cradle. In my case, I do have an all-earth team with the exception of Mariel, so I'm using Earth Wall from Myris, which helps protect against water damage by 50%, and in combination with the Aurora Force, that will help mitigate a lot of damage. Now the boss does have 6-turn rotation. So the first one is a regular debuff, then a water resistance debuff, then it's going to start off with a single target water attack, followed by a Aoe water attack, and then the bite, which is a single target physical, and finally a large single target water attack. And then it'll repeat back to the debuff rotation. So you can see that was the 4th attack, which is just the Aoe water attack. If you do have an all-earth team, you can build up the AF bar quite quickly, and I would recommend using it as quickly as you can, because once you drop the battle, then it'll be over in the first round. So you can see the first incarnation of Undine doesn't have a lot of life. One single AoE finishes off. Alright. Round 2. Fight! So here we go again. The rotation will be the same as I had mentioned in the first battle. I would say that the second battle and the first battle isn't a lot different in terms of difficulty. And I did find that with the other other spirits in general. Hopefully I'll have videos up for those in the coming days. And just a reminder, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Also, I do have a Patreon account for those who are interested in supporting me that way. So again, you can lead the same way, which is using Pure Cradle to heal, and you will use Earth Wall or some sort of shield if you can. I had debated whether or not I want to rotate characters to the back to avoid some of those debuffs, but at the end of the day, landing additional hits will help power the AF bar much more quickly, so it's better that way. Okay, and that's a single target water attack. So we're just on the 3rd attack at this moment, and you can see I do have a full bar coming up. Note that I'm also using Lokido, and his one attack can lay Earth resistance debuff 25%, which you can see right there. The beastly attack. That's the Aoe water. So with Tuva on your team, when you activate the AF, make sure you press Dark Deal the first round so that you can boost her intelligence significantly for the rest of the AF. And if you do so, her attacks combined with the other Earth characters on your team should be able to finish the boss within 1 large AF round. Alright, so 3 million damage. So again, we didn't even get through 1 full rotation of 6 attacks. Pretty easy so far, right? Well, let's go on to round 3. Fight! This one is a lot tougher. I did have some problems beating this particular incarnation of Undine. Anyways, continue watching the video and seeing my struggles, and hopefully my success in this battle as well. So again, we're going to lead the same way. Heal, Beastly Attack to try to attempt to debuff the Earth, and Earth Wall to help protect against some of the damage. Now, again, being that the first couple of attacks, so-called attacks, are just debuffs, you actually have 2 turns to kind of prepare for, you know, Undine's attack. So that's the water debuff. So now you have to be careful with the single target water attack. So again, you can see that Earth Wall is already up, and I'm casting Aurora first. Now note, with both shields, you're talking 2,000 damage still. I did see another video of another YouTuber, and they have AS Iska. And if you have that, a lot of these boss battles do become a lot easier because she has a move called All Equal, which kind of debuffs power and intelligence. Well, that would make sense in defeating a lot of these tougher bosses. In our case, we don't have any AS anything, so we're going to just have to struggle and tough it out. So note that we are on turn 5, which is a single target physical, and at that point you can actually rotate between turn 4 and turn 5, bringing in Lokido to help mitigate some of that physical damage. But I didn't find that was the difficult part. It's all those magical AoEs and water attacks that were difficult to deal with. Okay, so you can see the turn 6 strong single target water attack wiped out Myris in 1 hit. Keep in mind, we actually do have Aqua Wall, Earth Wall up, so it's not like she wasn't shielded in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so I'm activating my AF now to see how much damage we can do. Note that the HP bar of the boss is not going down as quickly as the first 2 battles. So you will probably be guessing the same as me, which is you're going to need at least 2 AF bars to take this boss down. In optimal mode, you could actually rotate, you know, people to the back and then bring them all back to activate all their Valor Chants. But obviously in some of these tougher battles, you're not able to quite do that. Now notice that she flashed there, so this is going to change her rotation at the 50% mark, which I brought her down past 50% life. So the first move is basically going to be a water debuff straight out, so no regular debuff, which is in the previous move. After that, we're going to face a single target physical, which is the bite. A lot bigger than the previous incarnation. So I'm not sure if this version after the 50% mark actually increases in power and intelligence, but it would make sense. I just don't see a buff on the boss itself. It's just, you know, a lot of damage. There is your AoE Water Attack, and note that Serene, because her spirit is quite low, she died to that. And note that the last move in this rotation is a heal. So you do have 1 turn where you don't have to face any attacks, followed by the rotation again, which is the water debuff, single target physical, AoE water large, and then the heal again. So knowing that rotation might make it easier for you to balance your team so that you don't die. In my case, I think if I had to redo the battle, I would be a little bit more careful in making sure that I don't bring in Serene until I'm activating a full AF. Now that 2 of my Earth characters are gone, Mariel actually does not have a attack in her 3rd slot. She's carrying all defensive spells. So I would probably switch out my moveset to add like a Holy Burst so that she can contribute to the AF. In this case, without that 4th attacker, a 2nd AF was not enough to kill Undine. You can see, instead of doing, you know, 2 or 3 million damage, I'm only doing 800,000 damage. And that was a nice little AoE water attack. I say little, but even with Aurora Force, your life is pretty much, you know, gone. And you can also see, as the battle gets longer, MP becomes an issue where you'll have to send some of your characters to the back and let one person tank the hits. So in my case, Mariel does have the Cruel Angel Staff, which gives her extra HP. So I'm going to let her tank some of those magical AoEs, only because, again, as a mage, she has naturally high spirit, so she'll survive a little bit longer. But keep in mind, if I didn't have the staff, that hit would have wiped Mariel out. So, not easy at all. Thank goodness that Undine actually has that overflowing stream as one of her moves to heal at the end of the rotation. If that was another attack, I think it'd be game over for my team. I will also say that having Tuva is actually very, very good, and she can also be used as an alternate tank. If you are using Call of the Dark as one of her moves, I mean, after she gets hit, she'll still probably be able to suck back a bunch of life. Now, if you also notice that I actually brought in Lokito right before the bite, note that the damage, instead of being 2,000 something, was just a 1,300 damage to Mariel. Also, keep in mind that all Earth-based characters have a natural defense against water, so that's why Mariel is taking a lot more damage than the rest of the team. And even though I only have a small half AF bar, I used it because it's just enough to squeak by and kill her for the 3rd time. And now there's no more need to fight her anymore. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.